Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Only one announcement, that is the humorous speech contest of our club will be held next week, which is the 31st of August. Regarding that, our contest chair, Toastmaster Latha, has a few more things to elaborate on.
Good evening, fellow Mechanics.
Good evening.
Okay, so I have received 5 nominations as contestants for the upcoming humorous speech contest. We are looking for role takers, we are looking for timers and other role takers. I request people to please send their nominations, and whoever want to participate as contestants, the last date is 26th August. So I request everyone to please send your nominations so that we can plan out the contest accordingly. And 5 is a very bad number from Econ Communication Club. I would request all the seasoned Toastmasters and all the newcomers to please send your registration as contestants and as voting. Thank you, and over to the president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. Over to Toastmaster Shubha for the VP update.
So next week is the contest. So the week after that, September 7th, here is the role takers update. The role of MC has been booked by Toastmaster Latha, and 3 speech slots have been booked. One by Toastmaster Rachana, one by Toastmaster Jyothi P, and one by Toastmaster Midhun. All other roles are open. Reach out to me, and I also encourage all members who have completed level 2 to volunteer to take up more MTG roles. Thank you. That's all from my side.
That's all for the business session. Our sergeant can take over.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Before we start the session, I request everyone to keep your mobile phone on silent mode. Thank you. Let me begin with a question. Have you ever wondered, whenever we watch any movie at the cinema hall, why we feel so aesthetically pleasing and emotionally connected? But when we shoot a video by ourselves on our smartphone, it doesn't feel the same. The reason is simple. The movie we watch at the cinema hall is not a raw footage. It's a finished product. Just like great speeches, filmmaking goes through several stages. Stage 1 is pre-production, where the story is planned and script is written. Stage 2 is production, where the footages are recorded along with audio. Stage 3 is post-production, where the real magic begins. This is where editor takes hours of footage and start making the decisions. Multiple clips are cut and stitched together to hit a particular emotion. A music is added to hit a particular emotion. Colors are adjusted to hit a particular emotion. And sound effects are added to enhance the product. Finally, create beautiful, emotionally impactful stories. Likewise, every small decision, every move is intentionally designed to create an impactful story and make an audience feel. And this is what today's theme is about. Every move speaks. And it is my privilege to invite someone who helped me to know more about the Toastmasters when I joined newly. And she's an avid reader who also enjoys singing, dancing and painting. Without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming probably the youngest Toastmasters of president of our club, Toastmaster Shreya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dharmender. I see there is one guest in the room. So, if you could stand from where you're seated and tell us a bit about yourself and how you return back. Sure.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jia. I was a part of Econ Communication Club before, and due to some situation, I had to leave. Now I want to join back to the OG states to make my communication skills more better. So currently, I'm working at Glorify into people operations. Looking forward to being with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jia. It will be nice to have you back at our club. With that, I'd like to call our secretary, Toastmaster Aadishwar, to read out the N1 of the club this evening.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome, dear guests. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1381 held on 17th August 2026. The theme was From Small Talk to Big Opportunities. The word of the week was unwavering. The business session started at 6:24 p.m. and was chaired by Acting President Toastmaster Shreya. Associate Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Dharmender started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to the Acting President Toastmaster Shreya. The acting president opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Prashant NP. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers today. Timer Toastmaster Sachin, Power Counter Toastmaster Tanish, PP Evaluator Toastmaster Chakravarthy, and Grammarian Toastmaster Darshan. The following speakers delivered their prepared speeches. Toastmaster Ujwal, Level 1 Project 4 from the path Visionary Communication, evaluated by Toastmaster Jyothi Rao. Second speaker, Toastmaster Ajay Rao, Level 2 Part 1 from the part Dynamic Leadership, evaluated by Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta. And third speaker, Toastmaster Chetan Vashisht, Level 3 Elective Project from the part Presentation Mastery, evaluated by DTM Evaluator. This was followed by the table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Shreedevi and had the following speakers: Toastmaster Kiran, Toastmaster Aadishwar, Toastmaster Deepa, Toastmaster Aparna, Toastmaster Dr. Midhun, Toastmaster C. Rahul Gandhi, Toastmaster Tejaswini, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, Toastmaster Tanish, and Toastmaster Chakravarthy. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Latha, and the winners of the week were the following: the best prepared speaker, Toastmaster Ajay Rao; best evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta and DDM Evaluator; best role taker TAPG, Toastmaster Darshan; best role taker MTG, Toastmaster Shreedevi and best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Aparna. The acting president closed the meeting at 8:32 p.m. followed by the national anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar. Are there any amendments proposed for the minutes of meeting? If not, then I accept the minutes of meeting number 1381 and hereby open meeting number 1382. I've always been a heart on my sleeve, wears my heart on my sleeve kind of person. I find it very difficult to kind of conceal or hide the emotions that I feel. So whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad or angry, you can always look at my face and get to know just like that. Sometimes this can be a good thing, but sometimes this can also be a bad thing. For example, in 7th standard, during one of my maths classes, I remember my math teacher scolded me for talking in class. And I got annoyed because everybody was talking in class and she only scolded me. Okay, after a few minutes, I had turned to the person behind me and I was showing him an answer to one of the questions that I had solved. Again, out of everybody, she chose to scold only me. And I got even more angry. And then she told me, "What kind of guts do you have to make such a face at me?" It was only then that I realized that I was making a face at her and I looked like this. Another incident comes to my mind. Every time we go to any kind of get-together or family function, my dad goes and talks to everybody there. Somehow he always ends up talking about his kids. And this is his favorite thing to tell every single time, even if he's told the same person before. Shreya is a very low maintenance child, and Sachin, which is my brother, is a very high maintenance child, except for this one thing. Whenever I give Sachin some work, he'll happily go and do it. But if I give Shreya some work, she'll make some face. But then she'll go and do it anyways. I never used to think much of this because I admit, sometimes when my dad gives me work, I do get annoyed and I involuntarily make a face. But at the end, I've done the work, right? So I never used to think that I need to change this behavior. It was only after the next incident that I realized what kind of gravity these unintentional expressions or reactions can have. This incident happened a few months ago towards the beginning of the year. My family was seated in the living room and my brother was narrating an incident that had happened to him in college. I was listening to him and I remember feeling confused, like, what the heck is he even talking about? Immediately my brother turned to me and asked, "Shreya, why are you making a disappointed face to me? What did I do?" This took me aback because I wasn't disappointed. I was just confused. However, the expressions or the reaction that I had looked to him as if I was disappointed. So me not having control over my reactions caused him to be sad because he thought I was disappointed in him. And that is something that I would never want. I never want my brother to feel that I am disappointed or sad with him. So it is this incident that made me realize that I need to change how I react to things or how I display those expressions. In the beginning, it was really hard because being very conscious about something that happens involuntarily or subconsciously is difficult because you don't realize that it's happening. So I started slowing down and making sure that I think before I react. I think about what I'm feeling before I go and try to express it on my face. And this has really helped me in controlling how I portray my reactions to people out there. People always look at your reactions and they see your expressions before they even hear what you're saying. So always make sure to be mindful of how you react, because whether you realize it or not, every move we make speaks volumes. Now, to continue and share his perspective on this theme, it is my pleasure to introduce the Master of Ceremonies for today. He is a graduate from RV College of Engineering with a degree in Electronics and Communication. In his free time, he enjoys watching anime and going to the gym. He joined Toastmasters because he wants to get better at speaking to new people and groups. In my observation, he seems completely opposite to me in the sense that he is very reserved about how he reacts to things. So it will be interesting to get his perspective today. Last year he won 3rd place in the humorous speech contest of our club, and he is also currently the VPPR of our club. Please give it up for today's MC, Toastmaster Darshan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. When someone speaks, they give two speeches. One comes from their mouth, the other comes from their body. Your body reveals the truth to the audience, but it can also say the opposite to the people. You can say, I am a completely confident speaker, but if your hands are glued to your body, your eyes are searching for the exit, nobody believes you. But inside, you can be nervous, but if you hold good eye contact, you have good body language, then suddenly everyone thinks, wow, what a confident speaker. So fellow Toastmasters, today let's find out what our body is saying while our mouth is busy speaking. There are many types of speakers. Let's start with the confident speaker, the person we all want to be. They walk up to the stage with perfect posture, calm composure. They look at the audience and they say, good evening fellow Toastmasters. And we all think, this person knows what they are doing. And then there's me. When I first joined Toastmasters, I was given the parliamentary procedure evaluator. I was called to explain to give my report. So I walked up like I was walking to the police station. Left hand on the lectern, right hand doing all the speaking. No one spoke on 6 reasons of politics. All phones were kept on silent mode. I didn't know what to do. My body just wanted to quickly finish this and leave. This brings me to the second type of the speaker, the nervous speaker. Their entire body wants to escape. Hands goes inside the pocket, comes back out, goes back in. Some hold the microphone with both their hands. Some hold the lectern. Some lean on the lectern like it is supporting their entire speech. And there is the opposite version of this, the cardio speaker. They just can't stand still. They keep on moving their entire speech by speaking. At first, we think that maybe this is some intentional movement, but 5 minutes later, they are still moving. Then comes the back and forth variation of this. They keep on moving, one step forward, backward, forward, backward. The speaker looks restless, the audience becomes restless, and the only person getting a workout is the speaker. And this brings me to the third type of speaker, the one who finds one gesture and decides, this is my brand. Communication is important. Body language is important. Communication is all about trust, truth. And after a while, the audience is not listening to the speech. They are waiting for the hands to do this again. Then there is this chop. They keep on chopping for every point they make. And lastly, my personal favorite, the all-powerful Elon Musk gesture. Very mature, very strong. All these gestures, hand movements are not wrong, but they need to be used at the right time in the right way. My hand gestures and body movements went through a lot of phases since I gave my first speech. First, my left hand was on the left turn, right hand was doing all the talking. Then I realized this mistake, then I stepped back from the left turn. My left hand had nowhere to go, so it went inside my pocket, and I gave 2 to 3 speeches just like this. In fact, in my last humorous speech contest also, I spoke like this, and I don't know how I won third place. So then I decided I need to bring this hand out from my pocket. So I kept my hand like this. I discovered the Elon Musk gesture. I kept on holding this gesture for my entire speech, for almost 2-3 speeches. Then I realized I should move my hands. So I started moving my hands from here. I started to gesture from here. And this, instead of looking like public speaking, it started to look like Bharatanatyam. So I finally decided, hands free, let them rest naturally. That's when I started to feel comfortable and I started to use at least some gestures. Every move I made, every gesture I made had its own story. Every move speaks. I learned this by watching the recordings of my previous speeches. You don't notice your body language while you are speaking, while you are giving a speech. You notice it when you go back home and watch your previous recordings. When you see it, you can change it. The pacing, the gesture, the eye contact, the body language. Because every move speaks, and if every move speaks, make every move conscious. And it doesn't just work with public speaking, it is everywhere. In your everyday life, the choices you make, the actions we take. More than 100 years ago, someone made a move which made a massive impact. Dr. Ramses Medley saw that people needed help with public speaking. So on October 22nd, 1924, he started the first Toastmasters club in YMCA basement, California. Today, Toastmasters International has over 3 lakh active members across 16,000 clubs in over 145 countries. A typical Toastmasters meeting consists of 3 segments. The first is the prepared speech section, where the speakers prepare in advance based on their chosen pathway. Second is the table topics, but today instead of table topics, we have moments of truth, where we evaluate our club quality of our meetings. And lastly, the general evaluation, where we get constructive feedback based on our performance. So to conduct our meeting smoothly, we have a list of role takers called the TAPG team. First, to help us with the time, I request our timer, Toastmaster Chakravarthy, to please explain his role.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer for today's meeting, I'll time all the role players during the meeting. I'll highlight the minimum, intermediate and maximum first speech using the green, yellow and red cards. For project prepared speech, I'll be timed at 5, 6, 7, and for evaluation 2.5, 3 minutes, and for today we have minutes of truth, moments of truth, that is 20 minutes. So I will submit my so I request all role players to stick allotted time, and I will finish the meeting to help us finish the meeting on time. I will submit the report when asked. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chakravarthy. Next, to help us reduce our clutch words, we have our R counter, Toastmaster Tejaswini.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds which are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for repeated or overused words or words that don't add any value to the speech, including and, well, so, I mean, you know, etc. I will also listen for filler words including etc. When called upon, I will submit my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini. Next, to observe our meeting discipline, I request our PP evaluator, Toastmaster Aadishwar, to please explain his role.
So as a PP evaluator, I made note of 4 things. First is there should be no talk on sex, politics and religion. Entry and exit only during applauses. No cross talks when the speaker is behind the lectern. And the 4th thing is please ensure your phones are on silent. I'll give my evaluation during the general call upon general discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar. And finally, to monitor our use of English, I request our Grammarian Toastmaster Lalana to please explain her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. As the grammarian for today's meeting, I will be making use of the good words, good usages and the not so good usages of words used by the speakers. I would also like to introduce the word of the week, which is cadence. It means a rhythmic flow or beat. An example of this would be the runner kept a steady cadence with their steps. I would encourage all the speakers behind the lectern to use the word of the day. I will be giving my report during the general evaluation session. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. So now it's time to start our first segment of our meeting, the prepared speeches. So first I request our evaluator for speaker 1, Toastmaster Latha, to please explain the project guidelines.
The purpose statement for this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for members to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Notes for the evaluator that's me. If you know you will be the evaluator ahead of the meeting, communicate with the speaker to learn about them and their goals for their first evaluation and feedback project speech. Be sure to set aside enough time in your schedule to meet with the speaker for their speech to review the evaluation and answer any questions they may have. The member has spent time writing a speech to present to a club meeting. About this speech, the member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic. Focus on the member's speaking style. Be sure to recommend improvements that the member can apply to the next speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The member will ask you to evaluate their second speech at a future meeting. All the best to my speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. Our first speaker holds a BCom and MBA in Finance and Marketing degree. She now works as a life transformation coach, specializing in yoga therapy and philosophy, with over 2 decades of experience. With a speech titled Narangi Glasses. Narangi Glasses. Please welcome Toastmaster Aparna.
It was December 2017. I was returning back from IIM Trichy conducting mindfulness session. I was on cloud 9. I'd given up my corporate job and followed my passion and built my career in fitness and wellness with a very hard work. I was waiting to see what next. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, I suddenly woke up at the midnight. The bus I was traveling in was swaying left to right uncontrollably. And within no second, the bus toppled. I was squeezed to the corner of the seat. I was barely able to breathe. I started screaming for help. I thought this is my doomsday. And then suddenly, hand reached out and lifted me. Apparently, the bus driver had slept off and the bus left the control. And boom, the bus toppled. It was pitch dark and deep silence. And that deep silence was broken when somebody shouted, "Does anybody have a screwdriver?" Somehow people managed to break the glass. I climbed up at the top of the bus to jump into the arms of complete strangers who were ready to catch me. That's how we all came out of the bus. I sat at the roadside, and that's when I noticed my head was bleeding. The bone of my wrist was visible, and my whole body was bruised. I panicked, and then I calmed myself down. I took the water and cleaned my wounds and took a cloth to tie my head. After almost 2 hours, a bus stopped by and somebody said this bus is going to Bangalore, and I hopped in. I couldn't sleep with the thought, what if I get concussion? As I reached Bangalore, I admitted myself to emergency ward of Sagar Apollo Hospital, and that's when I called my family. After 48 hours of observation and multiple stitches in my head, I finally came back home, and that's when the reality hit. Almost for a week, all I did was eat, sleep, and repeat. I was barely moving, and one afternoon, my daughter said, "Mom, get well. House doesn't feel good without you." I so wanted to feel well and get back to my old life, but my body wasn't ready. My spine had taken a major hit. With every passing day, my body was giving up. Sitting for 5 minutes was a challenge. Doing daily chores felt like a Herculean task. And that's when I was feeling so trapped. The same way how I felt trapped in that bus. This time it was pain and the fear that I will never get back to my life. And that's when something magical happened. A call came. Sagar called. "Aparna, I am preparing for Boston Marathon and I want to strengthen my core. I heard you train for Pilates. I heard you teach Pilates." I couldn't say no. I wonder why. Next day he walked into my house. As he walked in, he said, "Aparna, from past 4 years, I have been losing my eyesight, and now all I can see is just 3 feet distance." Wait, what did he say? He can just see 3 feet and he is preparing for Boston Marathon, the most prestigious marathon? And I asked him, "How do you manage?" He said, laughingly, "I use magnifying glasses to read. I use large fonts, and in general people are very kind and helpful." As I was wrapping around my head with whatever he has said, he went ahead and said something more. He said, "Aparna, 2 years back I traveled to Spain for business purpose, and that's when I took paragliding. My parachute didn't open and I landed. I crash landed. It was a miracle that I survived. Since then, in past 2 years, I had 5 surgeries, the major ones. Looking at his courage and his acceptance towards his life shook me to the core. And here I was giving up on my life. he at that moment helped me to gain the new lenses to see my life situation. I started with my physiotherapy. I started to sit for a little longer, walk a little more. It took almost 3 years for me to heal my mind and body. Healing wasn't a linear pathway, but it did happen eventually. There were good days and then there were very, very bad days. And in those bad days, the lens I had gained after meeting Sagar became my guiding star. He had taught me sometimes when life situations are not according to us, we can choose to see how we can change that situation in our favor. And my dear friends, that perspective, that lens which I gained, I call them my Narangi glasses. Back at you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. Now I request our candidate for second speaker, Toastmaster Ujwal, to please read out the project guidelines.
Namaste to the Toastmasters. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at the club meeting. The member will deliver a well-organized persuasive speech on any topic and may choose to appeal to emotions, ethics, or logic. And the speech may be of humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. But it should not be a report on the content of persuasive speaking project. With that, I wish the member all the very best and back to the Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. Our second speaker is an orthopedic physical therapist specialized in back pain, neck pain, and sports injuries. He is also a black belt holder and an instructor in Seibukan Karate, trained from Okinawa, Japan. With a speech titled, "Don't Let Pain Control You." Don't let pain control you, Toastmaster Midhun.
Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Imagine this. One day, you wake up with severe pain in your back, and you think it will settle in a day or two. But it becomes weeks. You stop bending, lifting, and moving and playing. Your life becomes miserable, horrible, and terrible. And your friend says, get an MRI. Your MRI report says that you have disc prolapse, where inner part of the disc is bulged out through a tear in the outer fibrous covering. Suddenly, your life changes, not because of the pain, because of the fear grips in you. Today, I wanted to persuade you with one simple message. Don't let the pain control your life. Get the right assessment by a physician. When it comes to pain, people have three major myths. The first one is that pain means serious damage. And second one is that the rest is the best treatment for the pain. And the third one is that medication will solve the problem. But unfortunately, these three beliefs can delay the healing process. So, what people do is they stop exercising because of the fear, and then they fear the moment they will stop doing that will delay the recovery process. So, how do you think about pain? Imagine an engine light in your car dashboard. When it comes on, it means that you need to check the car. It does not mean that the engine is totally damaged. Imagine pain is also similar. It is a warning system of your body. When it is on, you don't need to be panic. You just need attention and proper assessment. So, research has shown that people with no pain at all also have disc prolapse in their MRI. So, you don't need to be very panic. So, let me share a story happened in my clinic. One day, one patient came to me with severe back pain. He went to an orthopedic surgeon before coming to me. He told him to take an MRI. He got the report in his WhatsApp. He went through the report, and report says that he has disc prolapse in his report. See, so like everybody says do now, he has uploaded his MRI report in Germany. Germany suggested that he would require surgical intervention for the condition, and he has disc prolapse. He got terrified. He stopped bending, lifting, and always confined to bed. He doesn't want to come out of the bed. It's just because of the fear grips in him. Finally, his wife convinced him to come to my clinic. I went through his report. I did some repeated movement testing. With the repeated movement testing, his symptom was improving. I reviewed his MRI as well. And I told him one important thing. What you have seeing in the MRI is just an age-related thing. You don't need to worry about this. And we started with a simple movement. Within a few days, his pain completely abolished. He got back to his daily routine. It is just not because of the back. It is because the fear is disappeared, and his recovery is accelerated because of that. It's just because of the accelerated recovery, just because of the fear completely gone. So, like this, what do we do? The first thing what we have to do is, when pain comes, you have to seek the right assessment. And second one is that you don't need to be panic. You don't need to fear about the movement. Our body is designed to move. We don't need to be fearing the movement. And third one is that you don't rely on pain medication. Pain medication is such that, again, go back to the engine light. So when your car engine light is on, you can disconnect the wire behind it. The engine light will disappear. It does not mean that the car is okay. In the same way, the pain also goes in the same way. It is our warning system on. You don't need to be panicked. You need to find out why it is happening and then get it rectified. So, let me leave one thought for you today. Don't ignore pain. Don't be afraid of pain either. Get the right assessment. Next time, when your family member, your friend, and your colleague gets pain, tell them to get the right assessment. Don't get panic. Don't let the pain control your life over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Midhun. So before we move on to the next segment, a thought came to my mind while I was sitting here, so I decided to share it. I prepared my MC script on Saturday, so I didn't have much time to prepare. So even now I was practicing before the meeting began. So my mind was thinking about the speech, and I was forgetting the lines. So I thought this speech is about every move speaks. So in case if I forget a line, what should I do? What would a normal experienced person do? So I thought, I'm not an experienced person, so to tweak it a little bit, I forgot a line. So I would say, so there is always a type of a speaker who would forget the line. They would make an awkward pause, they would look at the audience, they would get nervous, they would go cry after the speech, or sometimes they would go and search their lines in the notes. Okay, then I would search, they would have some awkward pause while searching, and then they would continue. So that was my backup plan, and thankfully it was not needed, so I just thought of sharing it. So now let's proceed to our next segment, the moments of truth. This session is conducted by an HR manager who holds diploma in counseling skills and is passionate about storytelling. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Jyothi.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, moments of truth is the time when we have to face the reality of ourselves and our club's progress. From the day we walk in as a guest and become a member, to the day that we think we do not need Toastmasters' help anymore in our life and we walk out completely confident, that period of our journey depends on our club and ourselves. What we give to the club gives it to us. And we can give back to the club if we give it to our fellow members. And so today we will have this moment of truth where I will be giving you a set of document which has questions in it. There are 6 segments. As I said, from the time we come and a guest. So there are 6 groups. Group A, B, C, D, E, F. The first group is about first impression, which speaks about as a guest, how did you feel and what happened to you to become a member. In Group B, membership orientation. As a new member, how was your journey in getting acquainted to the club or your pathway? The third one is the fellowship variety and communication. So this speaks about how did you find the club culture and with your fellow Toastmasters. The next Group D is program planning and meeting organization, that is how was your experience as a speaker and how were you evaluated, because every evaluation helps us to make our next speech better. And then is the final one, the next one is the membership strength. Membership strength indirectly or directly depends on the EC members too. Our leaders of our club makes our club stronger and helps us members to progress. And the final one is achievement recognition, that is about your own achievements and in return the club achievements. So how much are you aware about your achievements and where do you see yourself and the club's achievement? So these things will be there in the document that we will be getting, the handbook. Now here I am going to make you into 6 groups. Each group will fill up all the sections, but at the end of the time that will be given to you, One member from each group will come behind the lectern and give a report on one topic where your scoring is 3 or less than 3. So the scoring will be for 5 levels of scorings are there. The best one will be 5, where we always meet the standard. Less than that is we usually meet the standard, the score is 4. The third one is the 3 score, where we sometimes meet the standard, and then it is score 2, we rarely meet the standard, and the least score 1, we never meet the standard. So in each section, there are 6 questions to be answered. Not question to be scored. You will score on a scale of 1 to 5. And once you complete all the 6, each group will be allotted one particular section. You will speak about what is the cause of this challenge, that is where the score is 3 and less, and what can be done to address it. Who is responsible for this action? Now, for this also, you have a set of questions connected to each section where you get the answer. That is also given here. So you can read that. Everything is self-explanatory. I request you all to consult your group while you mark, and you select one person from your group who will come behind the lectern and summarize the strengths and the weakness, and what does your group want, how would you want to take an action. I also request you all not to rebuttal when the speaker is speaking for a minute. Hold on. The EC members, our president and VPE, will be making notes, and they will clarify those questions at the end after all the 6 members of each group has spoken. Any questions so far?
Yes.
Are you all with me? Yes, please.
It's better to give the clarification immediately after the person has spoken, from each group, because that will be the proper way to respond.
Okay, so we don't need to wait.
Not at the end of it, but when a person from one group speaks, if there is something to be clarified, that has to be done there and then.
Okay.
Not at the end of all the.
Right. So the person who will clarify will be the EC group members?
It can be any EC member. If those people cannot, somebody else can also.
Okay. That's fair enough. Then we will, the discussion, if there is any concern, will happen immediately after the speaker has completed or raises a question.
Right.
Thank you. And any other doubts, any other questions as of now? The time allotted for the group discussion is 7 to 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So the green flag 8 minutes, yellow flag 9 minutes, and red flag at 10 minutes. Each person from the group will come and speak behind the lectern for a minute. And if there is any discussion to be done, it will be done. Are we good to go?
Yes.
So we can start. Time is up. I think we can be seated at the same place. We'll start team 6 and team 4. 3. Team 6 and
Team 5 is ready.
Are we all done? We
We are
start.
ready. We can start from whoever is ready.
Okay, we are ready.
Thanks. Everybody is ready.
Group 1. We have Toastmaster Lalana.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, my group discussed about the first impressions. Of course, we discussed all the points, but we are supposed to speak on the first impressions. And actually, it was nice that I had 2 people. She was there for 1 term and 3 months, and he is also like a new member. So according to them, for the first point, guests greeted warmly and introduced to officers and members, we have given 4. What they feel is, they introduce themselves, like we are friendly with them, but then they're not introduced to all the members and officers. And even during the break, they feel like we don't interact with them more. So they kind of feel left out is the impression I got from the new members. So maybe we can improve on that. Of course, during the
Answer
meeting.
this question.
Yes.
Yeah. See, during the networking break is not for just a snack alone. It is not meant for that. It is about talking to each other. Suppose somebody gives a speech, we normally tell you did good job. In fact, when he spoke first, I think I was the one who put my hand to him. We do it, but the handshaking takes place from 2 sides. Other person, if he holds it back, it doesn't happen. He also has to put it out. So it's 4 is okay, but it's both ways.
Noted, sir. And the second point is guest book and name tags provided. We have given 4 again because the guest book is there and we don't have the name tags.
Name tags we have stopped it because it's a lot of churning takes place. If I print and keep it, we can only keep it here. Otherwise, you have to put it here or here. Okay. And there was one other time when this issue was raised. People have to familiarize themselves by going to our website and matching the face and name. At least in WhatsApp also they should do. That kind of thing is necessary. But in the website we put photograph of that person. Some people wear cooling glass, that's a different story. But it has some effort is needed from the other side also.
But now the one thing is, I understand that we are going to get the name tax free of cost from the district is giving us because
we
have
renewed
fulfilled
early,
the
right?
no, we have fulfilled the requirement of
name tax, is it?
Yeah, there'll be a badge that says District 227 with our name on it.
Yeah,
So that pin they'll give to whoever has renewed.
But name comes there?
Yes, the name comes, member
But
name.
in between person join, what happens?
No, this is only for members who have renewed before August 3rd. Before the
Before the
deadline.
prices went up.
I thought that it is for the whole club who qualifies.
It is only for the members who have renewed.
It is not fair.
That means it's apartheid.
Club, because some of us will be wearing some of us.
That's right. It's something like an
But I think this name tag is for the guest, I suppose.
It is for the guest.
Guest, not for the members.
What?
Name tag.
Guest, if it is meant for guest, for the guest, let's not keep that and
I
rule
think
it out
this is not
altogether
applicable to us at
because
all.
guests are meant to rise from their seat. We use the word stand up, it is not good. It's like school. We say please rise from the seat and they have to announce their names till they become members. And that should be good enough.
Even the comment we given 4 was for the considering guest only. After that,
All right. You have a right to tell that. If the VC is not coming forward to answer, I am pushing myself to do the job.
There is all this, but any guest who joins will naturally not know 20 people at once. No guest can learn 20 people's name at once.
It's not possible.
It
Technically,
takes 6 weeks to 8 weeks, but after that they will know, more or less. As you go and you
in
speak
fact,
conversations.
they know each other so well, they form groups and pressure groups. I've seen pressure groups here.
Okay, sir, noted. And all the other points are okay. We have given 5 because our meeting room is always professionally arranged. If the other people don't make an effort, at least we know our DTM AK Prabhakara sir will always make sure everything is there. It shouldn't even be, it should be straight, even the banner should be straight. So it's always professionally arranged. And of course, it's a convenient meeting location as we all know. And guests are invited to address the club in the sense they are made to stand wherever they are seated and introduce themselves. So that is how they are also made to address the club. And of course, they are invited to join. So that's it from our
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. And now for the membership orientation, Group 2, we have Toastmaster Chetan. Apoorva, sorry, Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Overall, we have rated all the sections, but when ours was particularly membership orientation. Formal induction, including presentation of membership pins and manuals. We have given 4 because we don't have membership pins. So only for manuals, it's all up to date. For many of the new members who are not aware, in our WhatsApp group, if you go to a group discussion, all the information is available. If you go to group discussion, there's Google links which will help you, guide you throughout our pathways and every single aspect of our Toastmasters and our club, how it works. Then assignment of mentor, we have given 5. Education programs and recognition system discussed, we have given a 4. Learning needs assessed, we have given 3. Even though the evaluator evaluates every single speech and there is always a mentor who guides us. Sometimes, like what we saw today, what we witnessed today was Darshan's MC address. He said he learned his mistakes with regarding to body language only through seeing his videos over and over again. Somewhere that is something which is missing, that there is nobody is coming and telling you where you're going wrong. I mean, there is a mentor and there is certain things where the recognition doesn't happen all the time. So we've given a 3. Speaking roles assigned, we have given a 5. RVP is doing a fabulous job. Member involved in all aspects of club activities. We have given a 4 because we thought for the contest not everybody is coming forward. There's a little push required. Nobody is coming in voluntarily, so we have given a 4. Thank you from us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. Here, what I understand is learning needs assessment. You have scored 3, and that is the responsible of.
Yes, VP,
VP education is there.
He's sitting behind. See, learning needs assessment has to be done by the mentor. Okay, 1-to-1 there has to be discussion. Midhun, did I do it or not? Just one example. Initially, did I do it to you or not?
Yes, sir.
No or yes? See, this has to be done by the mentor. VPE and EC can do so much. There is a load on mentor also, and that is why he is made a mentor. Okay.
So
putting 3 is okay, but what is the system in place you should understand.
Let me elaborate on this. He also spoke about this because while speakers do give speeches and the evaluator gives critical feedback, the other members who give them feedback generally give good feedback. It would help if they also give critical feedback. This is something that we thought is missed and could add a lot of value to speakers.
Can I add?
Yes.
Yeah. See, we are giving small piece of paper to write feedback. In fact, some of the places when I write these things that I found right with you, and suggestion. One heading I give suggestion, 1 line. There is a place to give that. You can do that. There is nothing that you all the time you have to praise. You can say in a good words. You can say this is what you did well. One suggestion: if you had done this, we could have been better.
Agreed. I'm just saying, in general, as speakers who have spoken,
no problem.
The critical
but
feedback.
I was only telling where it can be done. That's it.
Probably if the more experienced members start doing it, the people who are receiving those chits will also get an idea like, oh, I can give suggestions in this. Then they'll also start doing it. So we need someone to set those examples for us.
I want to add here one more thing. If in recent times, Midhun, I asked him, has he maintained the feedback received from members? He said, earlier once he has torn it. Recent one, I said preserve and stick it in a A4 sheet and then read it again and again. That helps you overcome, it kind of encourages you, and that in fact he has sent it also. I have commented on it. He maintains that. See, there has to be a handshake, I keep repeating, both sides has to be there. And you should encourage yourself, not just from outside, but from inside also. Do your job. And what to do, we'll also tell mentor should be. This is the time to discuss such things.
So what I understand is, like, if as members, we give the feedback, even in writing or orally, we learn to use the right words, the right tone. So that is a learning for the people who, apart from the evaluators who give a feedback. and also from the people who take it, it will be a learning to take feedbacks out of, not from the so-called evaluators, but our other fellow members. So for both of us, it's learning. So that's a good thing. We can start it right from September or today itself. So now we have group 3, fellowship, variety and communication. So we have Toastmaster Midhun to speak about it.
Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and the guest. Our assignment is about fellowship, variety and communication. We have given 5 out of 5 for all except 2 sections. The first section, guest greeted warmly and made welcome. We have given 5 out of 5. And second one, enjoyable and educational meeting planned. We have given 4 only because after I have joined, I have not seen any educational meeting every time.
What?
We had one education session
Educational meeting.
last.
Educational meeting.
Last one,
Last
it was
time
there.
we had one
This
education
is
session.
under planning.
So last year it was conducted.
Last term.
Last term.
In June there was one.
You missed it.
Maybe I was.
You missed it. Perhaps your group people. Who are the other group?
No, we have told him that it is. Last term it was there.
Between
I am just telling. He is accusing the club in public. It has to be defended. And the defense has to come from there.
Correct. No, in between I was not a member for some 3 or 4 months. So maybe it had happened.
The other members also there. Who are the other members?
I was the member. He is the
Then
member.
why you
I told him that we had the last education session was there last time.
There are 2 more responsible members who have made it, lowered it. That's a different story. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Then next one is regularly scheduled social event. So we have given 2 out of 5 because we have not conducting any. So far I have not seen anything, but recently we have created a group in the WhatsApp for doing the such program. I hope it will take it forward.
So I'd like to add that there's a recent initiative by the district called Gather. And I think our president shared there was an event conducted on Independence Day.
Okay.
And it's a social event which will be different from the regular meetings. So if people are interested, please sign up for these so you'll see events and you'll meet people beyond the club as well in the Toastmasters community.
That's about it. And next is members participate in area, district and international events. So we are given 5 out of 5. And inter-club event encouraged, we are given 5 out of 5. And club newsletter website published and updated regularly, that is 5 out of 5. That's all. So,
Thank you, Toastmaster Midhun. So what I also understand is regularly social events. So gather is from the district level and from the club level. This term we have just started. August is yet to get over. We have another 4 months. So look out for date and time for social events gathering from our club.
Just to say, I think we need to encourage a little more of inter-club events. In the past few meetings that I have been a part of, I have not seen anything except the joint meeting that we had last time with, I believe, the Republic of Toastmasters.
So what other kinds of events between clubs would you like to see?
So any sort of contest that we can just take up, which doesn't have to be officially recognized by the district. It can be recognized by Toastmasters as saying inter-club table topics contest, inter-club speech contests, which happen between multiple clubs across the district, as I've seen, which is something I feel could be discussed in the EXCOM and taken forward, or maybe once a term a joint meeting or something like that.
Yeah, we're planning a joint meeting for sure. Other than that, we'll discuss.
There's also social events or whatever gatherings, social gatherings. I feel none of our club members want to take out time other than on Monday evening. So there's no point even speaking about it.
Sure. If it has been discussed, then
Yeah, because nobody wants to actually take out, want to compromise on their weekend or on a Saturday or
But
a
we
Sunday.
can still initiate for those who
I
are
think
free.
we have
They
discussed.
can still
Initiate.
join.
Because it
Then
has
we'll
happened
see.
before, so.
It is happened
Yeah,
before,
we
that
can
is like
go.
1 year back.
So maybe we
Also,
can
I
initiate
want
it now.
to-
We can see how many members are.
Yeah,
So this point can be discussed within EC. So let's move on. I think it has to be
Time.
yeah.
Now we have the fourth group who is going to talk about program planning and meeting organization by Toastmaster Aadishwar.
So yeah, we have been assigned the fourth one, program planning and meeting organization. This is our rating standard. Program and agenda publicized in advance. 5. Members know program responsibilities and prepare to carry out all assignments. 4. All projects are from Pathways, the Toastmaster education program. 5. Meeting begins and end on time. 3. Creative table topics and activities. 3. And positive and helpful evaluations. 5. So now talking on why we rated 3. Meeting begin and end on time. So first thing is, we would ask the role takers who have been assigned earlier to come on time. So if the role takers are there, we can start our meeting. It's not on any one person that we can start a meeting. Everyone has to put in, so then we can start the meeting. And even the prepared speeches have been given time. For everything, there's time allotted. So it's good that all the speakers maintain that time limit. Even the prepared speakers and mainly during table topic session. And even the networking break. It's basically for 10 minutes, so stick on to that 10 minutes. So then obviously we can end on time. There's no need to drag, and we don't drag the meeting unduly. So yeah, that's why 3. And creative table topics and activities. So that's another thing for the table topic master, that usually the table topics are creative, but they have to see the person whom they are giving to. Sometimes they give a very good creative topic, but not to the right person. So that creativity just goes away. And activities are maybe a debate session like we had earlier, or any other activities as per the Toastmaster International. That's why we have rated 3 for these two. That's it.
EC may note that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar. I must say about meeting starting in time and end at time, we are doing really great compared to few terms back where we were finishing our meeting at 8:30 and 8:40. Now it is within 8:30 that majority of the times we finish. So that also is each of us duty to be here at time, in time. So we start in time, and then I would want to add like what Aadishwar said about creative table topics. So I think topics given to a right person does not make sense because we are all learning here. So if I'm a table topic master and I give a topic randomly to Toastmaster Shubha, then I may not know Shubha personally. So I'll give just a random topic, and it's up to her to develop her creativity and speak here. So I think the right person is not in the scene. Every person is right.
I agree with you. Actually, there is nothing. The very concept of tabletops is that anybody can be asked any question, and he should be whatever he knows, he answer. That's all. That is what he is learning.
So here also each one of us learn to speak on a given topic. So now we have the fifth group coming up for membership strength, and that goes to Toastmaster Shreedevi.
Good evening everyone. I think everybody knows that our club is doing really well in terms of membership strength. Our club has more than 20 members and members are retained. Promotion of the club in community or within its organization, we've given 4 because there's YLP, but other than that I've not seen any other activities. But I don't feel the need of it to be done because we are a veteran club with so many members. However, it was a requirement, so we have rated it. Club programs varied and exciting. Now, this was a mutual discussion. We felt that there could be more variety, like panel discussions, debates, educational sessions, joint meetings, to make it more interesting and exciting for the members. Toastmasters sponsoring new members recognized. I think we've given 4 for this because the VP itself is, VPM is sponsoring the new members. We've not individually done that as members.
Yeah, but recognition should be there.
See, the VP member gets it because for the simple reason that our club, we don't go out market our Toastmasters, our club especially, marketing our own club. They come by because it's old enough, people surrounding areas come, convenient time, day, evening, they see Google or they on a one-to-one basis somebody recommends. On that basis we are always having enough members. So that is the reason we membership number, required number comes, and because of the system that we maintain, the VP membership who really pushes through the whole paper process gets the kind of this thing. That's how it is.
Yes.
So nothing more can be done about it.
Right. So even the next point, regular membership building programs, we've given 3, but it's understandable that we don't require it because we are a veteran club and we have almost 40 to 45 members already. So that's addressed already.
Thank you, Toastmasters Shreedevi. As you said, we are a veteran club, so we have our members here retained, and also we don't need much of marketing. But yet, as a VPM, in our guest list there are 124 members. So I have planned to talk to as many people as possible and make them come as guests in the coming few weeks and months. So let's see if it works. And
instead of that, I think I talked to VP Shubhas. The members who are not coming, they should be invited to take up a role because they may be very busy with their life. They are paying members. We should invite them, like she did for that last time, Darshan. So call them, give them some role, they'll come. But if all the members here most of the time present are given the roles, it's something like it becomes some kind of a stuck-up record. We keep moving in the same place. Invite people who are really not regularly coming and make them to be involved. So that's what she did.
Yeah, we do that, but at the same time, out of 10 who are not coming, hardly 1 or 2 take up the roles, and other one are not even open to interact or make an effort. So we can't do anything much.
No. That's where the leadership comes. If you cannot persuade, you cannot be in that place. That's where the leadership comes. You have to be persuasive enough to inspire people to come and attend. That's the whole point of leadership.
Yeah, noted about that.
And I'd like to add to this. During the not renewal season that just happened, we had 29 people sign up for the next 1/2 terms. 15 people signed up for 2 terms and 14 people signed up for 1 term. So the renewal season is about to happen and we already have over 20 members for the next 1 year. Yeah, which is really commendable.
Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
And now we have group 6 speak about achievement and recognition, and this is Toastmaster Latha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Now we are going to talk about the 6-point achievement recognition. The club motivates members to stay active by monitoring members' progress towards goals, submitting completed award applications immediately, and consistently recognizing members' achievements. It's more related to rewards and recognition what we have. So we have given award applications immediately submitted to world headquarters. We have rated it 5 because it always happens. Progress tasks displayed and maintained, yes. We do have that also, so we rated 5. Member achievement formally recognized with ceremony. We do it in our installation ceremony. Then after it, a VP, whenever we finish one particular pathway, we have a certificate coming in, she's putting it in the WhatsApp group. Club district and international leaders recognized. Now we have given it 3. Now the reason being is, when for example last week our AD had come, area director or division director, someone comes, there is the formal protocol wherein we give a bouquet or something to them to welcome them. But last time when the AD came, she came and she went out. So it was like that. So whenever our district leaders, our division directors, anyone come, so it's our protocol that we do it, and if we start following that, I think from 3 to 5 we are going to achieve that. Club and members achievement publicized, yes, we do it. PCP is used for planning and recruiting. That is what we do, and we are a club which is consistently taking 10 out of 10. So Other than that, yes, everything is looking 5 out of 5 for us. And for other parameters also, we are given 3 for 2 other things, wherein club visitors book is not being maintained because whenever the visitors come, we need to write on the detail. Before there used to be a guest book over here, but now it's not. But it's not here on the table. That we need to be there. And social events, what we all spoke about, that needs to be done. So, and then how could that be addressed or who's responsible? He should find a solution. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. And with this, we come to the end of Moments of Truth. And the moment of truth, we understand that it is we as members who have to take initiative to bridge the gap that is from what it is today and what we expect it to be it maintaining the time, social events, evaluation.
I've noted it.
Yes. So these things, it is up to us as members to fill the gap, and with that, I give the charge back to our MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. I once heard a small idea. You can spend hours choosing the right words, but sometimes one small move can say everything. But for now, let's take a break for 10 minutes. Our general evaluator is a business accounting associate and CA finalist, and a past president of our club and a triple crown winner. She's passionate about Bharatanatyam teaching and communication. Please join me in welcoming our general evaluator, Toastmaster Shreedevi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. Because of the paucity of time, I will be as quick as possible. The meeting started at 6:23 p.m. and the business session had information about the humorous speech contest, and I hope everybody participates. Starting with Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Dharmender, very well prepared. You didn't have notes, great eye contact, and a very interesting take on the theme. If I had to suggest an area of improvement, I would say improve on the introduction to the president, because she's going to come here and deliver a speech. So just work on introducing her in a more grand style and have a little more energy, because you're kick-starting the meeting. But it doesn't take away from the great job that you've done. Give them a round of applause. Minutes of meeting by Toastmaster Aadishwar, very meticulously executed, not rushed, well-paced, great job done. President Toastmaster Shreya, very well-prepared script. You're leveling up speech after speech. The way you exuberate confidence when you come behind the lectern speaks how passionately you feel about the topics that you speak, and the personal anecdotes that you use increases your credibility as a speaker. So I always love that style which you adopt. And very well prepared and good introduction to the Master of Ceremonies. Overall, a great job done. Let's give her a round of applause. Let's quickly go to the evaluation of the speeches today. The first speaker was Toastmaster Aparna, evaluated by Toastmaster Latha. Let's hear from her. A huge round of applause, everyone.
Since you all are going to go at a dead speed, so I will also finish my evaluation at dead speed. So congratulations, Toastmaster Aparna. Naranji glasses, very thoughtful, and I was like, what is the connection between Naranji glasses and Aparna? And you came out really well. Congratulations. I would say that behind lectern, you have a very calm personality. You don't fumble, you don't take unnecessary pauses. You're calm, and that looks in the amount of preparation you put. So I could feel that you put a lot of effort, a lot of preparation for this particular speech. Second, you are very good at storytelling, that's what I observed. This is a personal experience, not a good experience I would tell, a very tragic kind of an experience which gave your life a different direction altogether. It motivated you to look at a brighter side of the life. This was something which came out very beautifully, because if you had not prepared well, it would have gone to a more disastrous side. It was very well prepared, very well enacted, and very well shown over here. Then it was more of a motivational story. We spoke about your acceptance and how did it strengthen your life situations. Now there are three characters in the story: Sagar, Aparna, and Aparna's daughter. So what you could have done is, instead of just talking that what happened here, you could have enacted like two people, like Aparna and Sagar, Aparna and Aparna's daughter. So that would have created more weightage, because you have the body language, your facial expression, your non-verbal communication, your hand gestures, everything was very good. So the enactment happened at very great age because the tragic incident would have come out more later and it would have more weightage. So next time whenever you do such speeches, try enacting. Okay? Okay, one more. Okay, stage. And one more thing, you were just at one particular stage from here to here. You could have used from here because your story allows you to use the stage in more organic way. So try using whatever resources you have in a more effective manner because that adds always story weightage to the storytelling what you are there. This is done and just to give you general comments on what we excelled at storytelling, right? Timing of pauses. There were 3 places where you took pauses that were beautifully timed, which added a lot of weightage. Your body language, facial expression, superb. A well-connected, motivational personal experience, which will give a lesson to everyone to not look at darker side of it, look at the more positive side of life. What you can work upon, better stage usage, could have enacted the conversations with Sagar and your daughter, 3 characters what you guys were. To challenge yourself to make your speeches more impactful, work on overall all the feedback what I give you because it's the first part, there's again going to be a second part. Whatever feedback is given the first part, try using that and implementing it so that your second speech is more impactful. Overall, to sum up, a very good speech with all the ingredients necessary to make it impactful, but still room of improvement and we need to cover that. Thank you so much. Back to General Manager.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. That was a very impactful, encouraging evaluation. And I really like the constructive feedback that you've given and appreciate how you summarized your evaluation so that she can implement this in her coming speech. So great job done as an evaluator. Let's give her a round of applause. Toastmaster Aparna, it was a really wonderful speech. You have a great command over English language and I can see the upward graph in you, the way you come behind the lectern with confidence and deliver. It's a great job done. If I could give one suggestion, you have to work on your pauses a bit because sometimes I feel like the pauses you use are very awkward. I noticed that, for example, there was a line you said, I sat at the roadside. That's when I noticed. So there's pauses awkwardly in the middle. So if you can work on that and make it a seamless sentence, that would really take your speech to the next level. That doesn't take away from a wonderful job that you've done. So give her a huge round of applause. Next speech was by Toastmaster Midhun, evaluated by Toastmaster Ujwal. Let's hear from him. Round of applause, everyone.
A persuasive speech does not land an audience who have no clue what it is about. Now let's take other Toastmasters. Toastmaster Midhun, you picked the right audience, especially picking the right topic that we could all relate to. Kudos on that, and that was the first and the foremost reason that I believe your speech landed very well and persuaded me, and I believe with that a lot of audience. The second thing is your call to action. You had a very beautifully structured call to action saying, don't fear pain. Okay, so what if you don't fear pain? There were things that you could do when you had pain. So the call to action was clear in not just telling you not to fear pain, but telling you what to do when you were in pain. The third thing was your voice modulation. Especially when you said, don't let fear of pain stop you. The voice modulation that you put there made me look up from writing your evaluation. And that is the power that is required for a persuasive speech. Kudos to you on that. Here are a few things that I think can help you take your speech to the next level. Starting off, there is a reason that persuasive speech always starts on a higher note because you're trying to pull the audience up along with you. But in your speech, you started off on a negative note. Imagine one day you wake up with a very bad pain. You're putting the audience in a negative state that might just let the audience turn off their mind to say, hey, I don't want to be in this state. Rather, you could have started on a positive note or with just your story saying, once a client walked into my clinic and gave him a name because of PII. Let's call him Adam. And you could have taken the story from there. The second thing was your conclusion. I really like the way you called back to your action points 1, 2 and 3. But when you were on the second point, you immediately jumped.
Here, your painkillers are like cutting off the wires of the check engine light. The check engine light was not there in your speech as a part of painkiller. It was only told to us as a significator of a problem in the engine. So I would suggest that you do not bring anything new in the conclusion that was not already a part of your speech. The third thing is your voice modulation. You have great control over your voice modulation. But I sense that when you're modulating your voice, you tend to break your words. Don't let fear control you. The moment you give equal pauses, it lands better compared to don't let fear control you. When you are modulating your voice, when you are giving out that punchline, and one of the most important parts of your persuasive speech, I would recommend that you don't break your words unless you're giving them a very symmetrical gap or you're trying to emphasize on a particular word. All in all, you had a great relative speech which ensured that we all connected. Second thing, your call to action was great and your voice modulation really helped. The third, the few things that you can work upon would be try not to put the audience in a negative state of mind while you're starting your speech. Rather, put your story out first. And your conclusions should never include something that was not a part of your speech. Finally, your most impactful part is your punchlines. Don't break them up for your vocal variety. With that, I know you will do much better in your coming speeches, and to see the amazing growth that you have come so far, I'm happy. With that, wishing the speaker all the very best. Back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal, for that wonderful evaluation. It was very well structured, and I have nothing additional to add to that wonderful evaluation that you did. I specifically like how you summarized the evaluation at the end. It had constructive feedback and a good observation of everything delivered in the speech. So it speaks volumes of you as an evaluator. And Toastmaster Midhun, your speech was very wonderful. I can again see an upward graph in your speech delivery style and vocal variety and your stage presence. The command you have when you come on the stage is amazing, and you grabbed everyone's attention. So great job done. Let's give a round of applause to the speaker and the evaluator. Now let's come to the tag teams evaluations. First we have timer Toastmaster Chakravarthy. Let's give him a thunderous round of applause.
Fellow Toastmasters, for the welcome by Sergeant Arms, the meeting started at 6:23 p.m. By Sergeant Arms, the allotted time is 2 minutes. Time taken 2 minutes 13 seconds. President address 5 minutes. Time taken 4 minutes 50 seconds. Introduction of Toastmasters evening 1 minute. Time taken 45 seconds. A report on previous meeting. Time allotted is 2 minutes. Time taken 1 minute 45 seconds. And the master of ceremony, the time taken 10 minutes 45 seconds. Speaker 1, the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes. Time taken 7 minutes 49 seconds. The evaluation 3 minutes. Speaker 2, 5 to 7 minutes allotted. The time taken is 7 minutes 29 seconds. Evaluation 3 minutes 41 seconds. The moment of truth, the allotted time is 20 minutes. Time taken is 55 minutes. For the break, allotted time is 5 minutes. Time taken 6 minutes 30 seconds. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chakravarthy. Before I move on to the other role takers, I would request everyone to fill in the ballots and also the feedback form, as we discussed in the MOTS today about how important it is to give feedback. And I also request the rest of the role takers to keep it short because we are running out of time. The next role taker is Grammarian Toastmaster Lalana. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreedevi. observed during the meeting were Cloud 9, Doomsday, Herculean Task, Linear Pathway, Guiding Star, Technology, Positive Side of Life. Some of the sentences that could have been better were grips in you could have been grips you, need to be panic could have been need to panic, symptom was improving could have been condition was improved. Nobody used the word of the week, so that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Toastmaster Lalana. The next is our counter Toastmaster Tejaswini. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here is the counters. Toastmasters of the day Darshan used 8 so words. Toastmasters Chakravarthy used 5 pauses, and Toastmaster Aparna used 8 and words. That concludes my report. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini, for that quick report. Now the next role taker is Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator, Toastmaster Aadishwar. Let's give him a round of applause.
I'm Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The meeting went on smoothly. There are no, everyone followed all the rules and yeah, it just went on smoothly. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar. Now quickly coming to the MOTS session today. It was wonderfully hosted by Toastmaster Jyothi. It was very creatively conducted. You demonstrated what needs to be done very precisely. We all understood it. And although we have already just experienced it less than 2 months back, because it was a mandatory requirement for this term, we did it and we did it exactly how it was expected. So great job done. The only thing I would suggest is we need to plan it better because we've already experienced that last time also it overshot time by more than 45 minutes. The allotted time is 20 to 30 minutes, I'm guessing. 20 to 40 minutes, but we took more than almost an hour. So maybe we could have eliminated having speech slots today or something and planned the day better. But that doesn't take away anything because it was a need of the hour to reflect on how we can improve as a club and discuss amongst ourselves and not just raise complaints and let it go and leave it to the EC. So it was something that we all needed to discuss and understand. So it was the need of the hour, so there's no complaints. Let's give the Toastmaster Jyothi and the executive committee a huge round of applause. Now quickly coming to the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Darshan. Hats off to you for choosing a creative theme like this. And I was really wondering what you would exactly speak about. Because body language is a very typical, straightforward topic, and it may seem like a simple theme, but the way you made it so interesting and humorous and engaging for the audience, I think you're the only one who can carry this off so well. So give him a huge round of applause. So very effortless humor, very creative, and the way you explain the types of gestures, like the Elon Musk gesture, the chop method, cardio method, like you gave them unique titles instead of the stereotypical titles. So really appreciate you on that. And you feel passionate about every topic you choose before you come as an MC here, and that reflects your preparation and your passion as a Toastmaster. So great job done. You're very inspiring as a Toastmaster. I always feel inspired every time you come behind the lectern. So keep going. Let's give him a thunderous round of applause. I think I've covered everybody, and it was a great meeting, and I would hand back the charge to the MC.
Thank you very much, Jyothi. So tonight, go back home, watch the meeting recordings, watch your speeches, notice your every move, so that you can work on it. That is the best advice which you can get. I'm serious. And with that, back to Toastmaster Shreya. Back to our
Okay, has everyone voted? No, everyone has not voted. So whoever hasn't voted, please vote quickly because we have very few responses. best evaluator for today goes to Toastmaster Ujwal. Our best TAPG role taker, Grammarian Toastmaster Lalana. Our best MTG role taker, MC Toastmaster Darshan. And lastly, our best speaker for today, it goes to Toastmaster Aparna. Thank you everyone for a lovely meeting. I hereby close meeting number 1382.